So inside of Brawl Stars, there are 72 brawlers in the game, and each of these brawlers are classified into 6 different unique rarities, being rare, super rare, epic, mythic, legendary, and chromatic. But inside of today's video, we are going to be looking at the best brawlers for each of the rarities, so let's get right into it. So the number 1 brawler in the rare brawler category is going to be Rosa. The reason why she is the number 1 best rare brawler is because of her newly added tank trait. So whenever brawlers damage her, she is going to be able to charge up her super. Even if she doesn't hit the brawlers and they deal damage on her, she still is going to charge her super. This tank trait is very effective because if she uses her super in close combat, it makes it harder for enemies to kill Rosa, as Rosa can just charge her next super up really quickly. Her super is pretty much one of the most powerful in the game, as it gives her a massive shield, making her extremely tanky and mobile. This allows her to push through enemy lines and take out key targets with ease. Her star powers, on the other hand, are also pretty effective. Her first one, which is called Plant Life, allows her to heal herself when standing in bushes. This makes it harder as it makes it more difficult to kill Rosa, as she keeps on healing consistently until she's out of the bush. Her second star power, Thorny Gloves, increases her main attack damage whenever she uses her super. This makes it even easier for her to chase down and kill enemies. She's also very good at controlling maps. The ideal game mode to play Rosa in is Brawl Ball. The reason being is you are able to self-pass the ball and use your super to score the goal easily. In Gem Grab, she can use her tank trait to push through enemy lines and collect gems easier, and her super then can be used to escape with the gems even if she's being chased by multiple of them. That is why Rosa is definitely the best rare brawler in this category. Alright, so the best brawler in the super rare category is going to have to be Carl. Carl's pickaxe attack is definitely one of the most unique and powerful in the game. It can travel long distances, even over walls, as it returns to Carl, dealing extra damage to enemies in its path. This makes Carl very versatile and allows him to attack enemies from unexpected angles. Additionally, his pickaxe speed can be increased with his star powers, making him even more dangerous. And you'd probably want to shoot your pickaxe more at walls so you can return Carl's pickaxe back faster. His flying hook gadget allows him to push himself towards enemies or potentially escape. This gadget can be used for a variety of purposes, such as initiating on enemies, escaping from dangerous situations, or traversing the map quickly. His star power Protective Pirouette gives him a shield whenever he uses his super, making Carl even more tanky and allowing him to potentially kill brawlers easier. Hence, this is why Carl is the best super rare brawler. So now the best epic brawler in this category is going to have to be Nani. Nani's attack pattern is very unique. Her projectiles travel in a sort of parabola, which allows her to hit enemies over walls and other obstacles. Additionally, her projectiles can split into smaller projectiles, dealing more damage to enemies. This makes Nani very versatile and allows her to attack enemies from any angle. In terms of her return to sender gadget, allows her to redirect her projectiles back to her enemies. This is a very powerful gadget and can be used to deal massive damage to the enemies, especially if they are grouped together. Additionally, the gadget can be used to finish off enemies who are trying to escape. Nani's shots are very accurate and have long range. This allows her to hit enemies from afar even if they are moving. Additionally, her projectiles can split into much smaller ones, making it even more difficult for enemies to dodge her attacks. So you'd always want to try analyze where the brawlers are moving in order to hit a really effective shot. And that is why I think Nani is going to be the best epic brawler for this category. So the best brawler for the mythic category is going to have to be Chuck. Chuck recently just got released into the game and is probably the most strongest brawler right now. Chuck's super allows him to throw posts with a maximum of 4 if you use his star power, which allows him to have 1 extra post, or use his super to travel around the posts. This is a pretty broken super, as yes, it does deal 3,500 damage on a brawler if you hit them whilst you're riding on the post, at power 11 of course, and Chuck is able to charge his super really quickly, which makes him a pretty strong brawler in the meta right now. His gadget, which allows him to travel on his posts through walls, it also makes it very effective, as if Chuck recently has died and the brawler is really low, he can quickly respawn since he already has the super on him, and potentially go through the wall right on his posts and get to the brawler and kill him in an instant. And that is why I think Chuck is definitely going to have to be the best mythic. So the best brawler in the legendary category is going to have to be Spike. Spike is definitely one of the most versatile brawlers in the game, and he can be used effectively in all game modes. With Spike's mythic gear, he is able to slow down enemies 50% more effectively when he lands a super on them. This allows Spike to chip in some extra damage and potentially kill enemies. It's important with Spike to keep distance as Spike's health is really low and brawlers are able to counter him, for example tanks. Spike is also useful for map control. His star power curveball allows his spikes to curve around, making it easier to hit enemies. This makes it also harder for enemies to dodge Spike's shots. With this gadget, he spawns a little cactus with 1750 HP. When it's destroyed, if Spike is in that healing radius, he heals for 1000 HP. Overall, Spike is a very powerful brawler and is very effective in a variety of game modes. So that is why I think Spike would probably be the top choice as a legendary brawler. Last but not least, the chromatic category. The best brawler in the chromatic category is going to have to be Fang. His super sneak ahead is one of the most powerful in the game. It allows him to charge forward and kick enemies, chaining up to 4 kicks in a row. This super can be used to deal a massive amount of damage to enemies, especially if they're grouped together. It can also be used to escape from dangerous situations or to chase down fleeing enemies. His star power fresh kicks is highly useful because it allows his super to be recharged instantly when he defeats an enemy with it. This means that Fang can potentially chain together multiple supers in a row, dealing even more damage. His gadget Roundhouse Kick is a very versatile gadget. It allows him to spin around and kick enemies in a small radius, stunning them for a short period of time. This gadget can be used to initiate enemies, escape from dangerous situations, or prevent enemies from escaping. He's also really good at map control as his super can be used to clear out bushes and walls, giving him and his teammates a line of sight to the enemy team. Additionally, yes, his gadget can be used to stun enemies and prevent them from controlling key areas of the map. That is why I believe that Fang is the best chromatic brawler.